Very good morning. A very warm welcome to all. It is with immense pride and enthusiasm that we begin second day of AI Summit, organized by AI in ICI and hosted by Pune branch of ICI here at Bantara Bhavan, a celebration of innovation, transformation, and the future of our profession. So on behalf of Pune branch of WRC of ICI, I, CA Sarika Dindokar, extend a heartfelt welcome to all the distinguished participants. Now we will be starting a panel discussion. The panel discussion, we have a moderator, Vice Chairman of Pune branch, CA Pranav Apte, and we have participants, CA Narendra Kumar, CA Atul Gupta, and CA Bhavik Mehta. Also, we have CA Samkit Seth. So we'll be starting the panel discussion. I request all to please come forward and please come on the stage. Welcome. I request moderator to please take the charge of the session.
Good morning all. Today's panel discussion topic is, will AI replace the chartered accountants? I would like to request all the AI faculties at ICI to give the insights on various questions or the topics what we have. I would request Narendra Kumar sir, AI faculty at ICI. Sir, will AI replace chartered accountants or will make them more smarter? Your thoughts, sir.
I think there is some communication gap is there, or we can say there is misconcept. AI is going to replace chartered account. This is not actually fair. AI is going to make smarter to CA because there are various reasons. If any CA is trend about AI, ChatGPT, CA, ChatGPT, etc., then they are going to give better result to the client, to the social and various forums also. Like I'm going to give you examples. If I have knowledge of AI and ChatGPT and there is a CA ChatGPT provided by CA Institute, we can go and raise any question, easily we can get answer also. There are various ways through that we can get answer, benefit of the AI, just like through enhanced knowledge, through we can say we can do easily our work, smarter work, accuracy in our work. These are areas.
So it will be companion to us rather than making them replace.
No, they are not going to replace us. They are going to make smarter.
Sir, any thoughts, Bhavik sir?
So, as sir rightly mentioned, we have to see how things are moving. Before, we used to make books of accounts in actual notebooks. Then we came to computers. Then we came to servers. And now it is AI. So it is something which is just facilitating the profession and making it more efficient. It will help in in ensuring that there is 100% coverage. Right now we are doing sample-based testing in audit. Correct. So AI is just going to facilitate in terms of quality, efficiency, and it will also provide insights.
Perfect, thank you. Now, moving on to another question. Yes, sir, please.
I want to add something in this. If we have knowledge of AI, then we can give better. Let us say we are giving you some example like invoice processing, number one, preparation of financial statement, internal audit is there, state audit is there, bank audit is there. In basically we can say forensic audit is there also, which we can get help of AI.
Absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely, sir. So, moving on to another question. Becoming to Samkit said, sir, becoming an AI-ready CA, what skills we should learn today to make them ready for this?
My first and humble thought is that before becoming ready for CA, a chartered accountant must be specialized in their subject matter, because without being able to be expert in their subject, it would be very difficult to embrace AI in their area, because AI in a individuality is not going to be used for us as a chartered accountant. So first and foremost is we have to make sure that we are we are expert in our area first, and then when it comes to embracing or utilizing or optimizing use of AI in our day-to-day practice, there are various things which we can do. The first is learning the art of prompting, where with the help of prompt we can get the answers from the generalized GPTs, be it ChatGPT or Claude or any other model for that matter. Second, apart from that, try to have your eyes, minds and ears should be open for everything which is going on around AI. And for that, I think the best tool is YouTube. So if I share my journey, most of the learning of AI has been through YouTube only. So my consumption of the social media is mainly for AI. So whenever I am on some social media, I would be searching something related to AI. So because of that, or with the help of that, I am actually aware about what is exactly happening, currently in the AI space, because every day something new or something other is actually happening. I'll give you a recent example. An operating system called Warmwind has, unveiled on 3rd of July. Now that operating system basically is able to work on Chrome, and that can actually run the applications of Windows as well as Mac as well as Linux. So, and that will be like an agenting browser. So something related to when you are aware with all those things, you will have an interest to learn what is there. Second, when it comes to tools, apart from the art of prompt engineering, the second most important thing is to learn the art of this data analytics and business intelligence and dashboards and all, MIS and all. So that is one thing which is most apt and relevant for us as a chartered accountant. And apart from that, if you have a keen interest, you can also enter into the areas of learning coding and all. Right. So that is how I do. So I'm right now on the phase of learning coding.
True. So we should be updated also.
Yes, we
at
have to
any
be
point of time to be ready with
certainly
newer
आपके
things.
आँख कान और दिमाग खुले रहने चाहिए at any time.
Very well said. Very well said. Now I'm going to CA Atul Gupta, sir. Whether CA GPT is in action, so how members are using it daily, or success stories of CAs using ICA's own GPT platform. Your thoughts on?
Yeah.
On
So
the
good
topic,
morning
sir.
to all, to members in hall and members having the great breakfast that we have today. So please allow me to share a real case on this. I am a AI faculty, so during this process I have been talking to members what new they are doing through ChatGPT. It's a phenomenal case to know about. I love to share everywhere. So a member in Lucknow, he is basically in tax practice. So he told me, sir, what I did, one of the client of the member, he wanted a procedure, a compliance procedure, a detailed SOP on a transaction. So I'm sharing a transaction with you. So one of his clients wanted to open a subsidiary in Singapore. That Singapore subsidiary is going to invest money in UK company, and then UK company is going to send money back to India. So this client of the member, he wanted a write down how to go about it. He told me, sir, I did prompting on ChatGPT. Being chartered accountant, you can always analyze how ChatGPT is responding. He created that SOP, he submitted to the client. So, and see, we are all chartered accountants and we are interested in cash. So I did ask the member, what is the fees you charge? So I'll not be able to say in money terms, but I can say in multiple terms. The fees he charged was 50 times the fees of L1 batch of AI. So that is the capability of Chat GPT. It is giving you opportunity to get into areas of practice where you have never gone. So that is all our panelists have already added that how it is going to help. So I think it's a phenomenal that is coming. Thank you.
Great. So your thought?
I want to add something. When I was giving training on CA Chat GPT, so there I given one example about, let us say I want to establish my real estate business or any business. Simple, you can go and ask, I want to establish my, let us say, real estate business as a developer and builders. Please give me list of compliances. Within a second, they are going to give you, provide you compliances. Again, you can raise question about labor law, company act, GST, income tax. They are going to give you each and everything. Then you can ask how many departments are involved in this case and what is their procedures. They are going to give you everything. See, within 5 minutes, you are going to get a lot of answer from there. Otherwise, you have to buy more than 10, 20 books. You have to study those. Then you can get answer. It will take 4 or 5 days. So this is saving 4 or 5 days within 5 minutes.
And CAGPT is beautifully designed, which gives the industry-specific deliverables or the answers to the specific questions. So am I right?
You are right, 100% right, sir. If you want to compare balance sheet of one industry, let us say I'm going to give you example of, let us say DLF is there, Ansal is there, Adani is there. So you can compare within 5-10 minutes of their balance sheet, which is it's
Correct.
other.
Sir, just to add on that, there was a study by BCG or McKinsey, I forgot. India ranks in top 3 in terms of using GPTs and AI. And they had a further study that which kind of prompts are being used. And to my I was amazed to look at that. Third was with regards to finance, audit, and tax.
Okay.
And
okay.
I think ICAI and CA-GPT, and I mean, they are instrumental and they are driving this in India.
Perfect.
I wish to
Yes,
add.
yes, please.
So, the core is to be how we use these capabilities to enhance our practice. So, another case we have been doing, like Naren sir said, that an analysis was done. So, what we are, and the members are learning that. See, I have a client that is an automobile dealer. So, what I have been asking members, or a liquor industry manufacturer, so our CA GPT it's a phenomenal tool to use. I think all of us are using it. Our CA GPT has industry-wise classification for all listed companies. To one of exercise we got done with members, that you select your client, you have the balance sheet and profit and loss account in Excel, you remove the headers so that the name does not go, the secrecy is maintained. You put this Excel in whatever form CAGPT accepts that form, say PDF or whatever it is. You ask CAGPT to benchmark your client's ratio to industry practices. It's a phenomenal outcome to use. I told members that, see, this is what a management audit is all about. You will be able to charge a fees that will be 1,000 times the fees of L1 course that the institute is doing, because it gives a very perfect analysis of what your client ratios are and what industry best practices are. And don't pass on this to your client, but let us convert this all into a good opportunity for us. Thank you.
Great. Just to add on, this is a game changer wherein I think the data was also available in public domain. I think it was
Secrecy
also
is
done
important.
using web scraping and AI. So it also helps in risk assessment.
Absolutely.
Whenever we are defining audit reports, okay, based on my sector, subsector, I can see what is the language which is used by other auditors as well.
Perfect.
And which helps us in getting the best and the most appropriate language. It also helps in, key audit matters. So this is a game changer in terms of risk assessment, in terms of benchmarking. Now, if my company is in auto sector, as the example which sir gave, if my company is auto sector, I can just do a benchmarking. If my ratios are grossly off, then I can do a preliminary analytical review and set expectation that why it is not matching the standards or the industry standards and why it is
Absolutely.
not going through. So it also helps in quality. It also helps in giving management additional comfort.
It will be a value added to the management as well.
I want to add one example in this case. I assign work to my team member, go and do internal audit of the hotel industry. They have business in various states, and they told me, okay, sir, how can I do this? Okay, no issue. Go and open CH GPT, ask hotel industry, how can we do internal audit? They have given lot of lists there. So you have to check all those areas.
Yes, okay. So we'll have a very small one question to Bhaumik sir. Whether this AI or GPTs will speed up the CA's work, or what are your thoughts on that?
I think definitely it will speed up the CA's work in terms of all the processes which we do in assurance and tax, from planning to risk assessment to execution to conclusion. Just to give some quick examples, in terms of execution, right now, if there are thousands of contracts which we need to do a agreement synopsis, we'll pick up sample, but using AI and using the OCR technology, we can just prepare the work paper. Similarly, for Caro reporting as well,
Right.
we have the challenge. We can use the AI along with the OCR tech, and we can get the work papers done. These are some of the examples, but there are multiple such use cases which are going on right now, and we also saw some of them yesterday in our hackathon as well.
Right.
So it is getting developed. So definitely it is going to save on a lot of time, and it will help in the CAs to focus on qualitative aspects and not on the mundane tasks.
Perfect. So thank you so much all the ICS AI faculties for their insightful thoughts and this knowledgeable session. Thank you so much. Yeah. Sorry, I'll request Sampit sir to give the concluding remarks.
Just want to say one thing, that whenever you are using AI, make sure that you are using it as an article, not your boss. Simple.
True. So thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you so much, all the panelists and the moderator. Now we'll be starting our next panel discussion. I invite on the dais CA Parag Kulkarni, CA Shreyas Darekar, CA Deepak Gupta, CA Murtuza Khadiali is a moderator of the session, and CA Akhil Pachori, who is AI faculty, and the topic is, who is better, human mind or AI? Now I request moderator to please take the charge of the session and start the panel discussion.
Okay, a very good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to the AIS Summit 2025. So we just completed a panel discussion on, will AI replace chartered accountants? This reminds us of a first panel discussion which we had way back last year in just May end, where we all faculties had met and at Hyderabad, a center of excellence. And this same panel discussion was held, will AI replace chartered accountants? So in which our very much dear Umeshji as well as Dayaji were there, and also Manuji was the moderator over there. And we discussed that yes, AI will not replace chartered accountants, but chartered accountants using AI will replace chartered accountants not using AI. So this was, I was fortunate to be a part of that panel. And in CA Institute, a panel discussion that has been a record. That panel discussion on the social media, on YouTube we uploaded, and it crossed 1 lakh views. Okay. And over there we also discussed about, we were discussing about formulating the course of level 1, CA for artificial intelligence for CA, how exactly should be the course. And it's so nice that last year at May end we were discussing about how the course should be. And just yesterday, chairman announced that we have completed 500 batches of level 1 and we launched level 2. So that's amazing space at AI and ICI committee is going, and would invite everyone. Of course, over here in the audience, most of you all must have done a level 1, and those who are yet to do, please do it. And level 2 is launched, so keep your eye on the AI website, and yes, do upgrade yourselves as far as possible, as soon as it is launched. Yeah, so coming from the topic today, human mind versus artificial intelligence, what's better? So I'll start with Deepak ji. You're from Audit Frame. So you've been developing a lot of audit documentation and peer review process. So in this process, what you have understood in terms of human mind versus artificial intelligence, what's better and how do we synergize it?
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Gadiali. The question is very apt and very relevant. AI has been, coming and it has overwhelmed us. But what we feel is AI is just a force multiplier. It multiplies what you know. Extreme example, if somebody is not a chartered accountant, he has zero knowledge, how much ever you multiply for zero, answer is zero. So your base knowledge, your domain expertise gets multiplied. So AI will not add, AI will only multiply. So it is, if you have something, you can multiply it X times. So having said that, our tool, that is Audit Frame, does use AI in a small way, not in a big way. But yes, it has AI curator, whereby you can use Claude to, generate checklist, audit programs, and maybe certain templates, which will help you, design your audit better and control it better. And to get a deep dive into it, I would request you to go to our website, auditframe.com, and explore it. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Deepak ji. So yes, since technology has come, we have been listening to concept of GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. So over here also, what I understand is you are telling that it is a multiplier. Whatever input is there and whatever human intelligence is there, AI will multiply that. Okay, to the human mind, it will complement that. So nice. Okay, thank you. Now we come to Shreyas. So you have practiced at Indore as a practicing chartered accountant, and you are dealing with your clients, your staff, and there are human minds dealing with the department also. So in your firm, how it has helped so far in AI and the human mind versus artificial intelligence? Please share your views.
Good morning, everyone. So, coming to your question, Murtaza, human minds versus human intelligence. I'll just share one example. 2-3 days back, we just got a cutting of a newspaper in which it is said that there was a fraud which was identified by AI. Income tax department basically used AI for identifying that fraud, and that fraud was related to font. Right? It's there in the public domain, we can see. So this is what exactly AI is doing in our office also. My domain is in forensic audit, so AI is helping us in analyzing data. AI is helping us in getting insights, finding frauds effectively these days. Basically what is happening is, when we are applying AI tools on forensic audits or any internal audits or anything, what exactly AI is giving us is areas which we may not identify while we are doing it manually. So definitely AI will help us, but again I'll say AI is not over and above human minds. We cannot rely 100% on artificial intelligence. We have to use our human minds before we finalize anything. AI give us insights which are valuable, definitely, and it is not possible for us to get those insights from our team members. So AI is giving us something which is add-on. But at the end of the day, we have to use our human minds, and I'll always have a view that AI will never replace our human intelligence and human minds. Thank you.
Okay, yes, thank you so much, Shreyas. So yes, that's a very good input. In fact, the usage of AI by the department, Indian government, and the catching of fraud was by the use of Calibri font. And something similar happened even for our neighboring country, where the entire government, the Prime Minister, was under embarrassment because of just a font. So, a document. So basically, because of the Panama Papers, certain things came and in terms of for in court in evidence, they submitted an affidavit of 2006, and an analysis of that document revealed that the font used, a document was of 2007, and the font used was Calibri, which was officially launched by Microsoft in 2006. So the vice versa. So 2007 it was the font launch, and 2006 was the document. So in the date of this 2006, in Microsoft, this document Calibri font was not there at all. And so how could the document be there, which was executed in 2006, and where the font was officially launched in 2007 by Microsoft, and Calibri was made a default font. So by default, if you open Microsoft Word and you do any documentation, and you don't change the font, Calibri is used. So it just showed that, okay, this particular font was not in existence when this document was made, and it opened up a fraud. So big embarrassment for the entire government, the PM of the neighboring country. And also similar, this analysis, even the income tax department using an AI tool found out that, okay, AI tool told that, okay, over here Calibri font has been used, and this was not in existence since the date in which this document was made. So accordingly it is false. These are bogus claims, and show cause notice was sent to the assessee, and the assessee then withdrew the claim and filed another return, that computation without the claim, and paid heavy taxes. So yes, lot of things. Earlier, lot of forensic and was involved few years back when this issue was an embarrassment for the neighboring country PM. So now AI just found it in like a few minutes that, okay, this is the thing. So such advancement is happening in AI. So that's so nice. Now we come to Parag. So your from fair valuations, lot of stuff you all are doing for valuations, corporate laws and all, and you have developed your entire apps and all. So while developing, how much AI you have used and how much human mind you have used in developing this tool? Please share.
Well, first of all, a lot of compliments to our beloved President Nanda sir, Umesh sir, and WRC, and Sachin Maniyar sir, Pune branch chairman, and Gadiyal Saab for hosting this panel. The topic that you have asked is about the human mind versus AI intelligence. Thank God you didn't ask me about human intelligence versus AI intelligence. So the very first line of demarcation that we are calibrating here is the mind versus intelligence. You reoriented the question in terms of when we developed applications at fairvaluation.com, how we applied mind in order to augment capacities and capabilities on the basis of the intelligence that was developed artificially. Well questioned, sir. The journey began almost 2.5 years back when I graduated from Harvard Business School, and that's where the thought process of the lot of inefficient work that we do was identified. Typically, like people were mentioning, the Calibri font, Microsoft Word. The typical workflow that we do is we do something in Excel, we write reports in Words, documents, present it in PPTs, and then, you know what, it's a mess because we copy it from one application to another application, the format goes for a toss. And then we thought, are we not putting too much of efforts in working around and jumping around from one application to another application? So that was the first problem statement that was identified by a mind that has ability to pass a judgment. So I think in between the analysis between a human mind and artificial intelligence, what we realized is the user experience is primarily defined by a mind. But once we define what kind of user experience is expected, then the implementation can be augmented by deep dive application of artificial intelligence. The applications that we have developed, almost 70 to 80% are augmented on the basis of AI, whether it's a calculation part, whether it's a generative AI part. Going forward, it could be the vision AI, and we have been using a lot of LLMs. Even inside LLMs, specifically when you go for enterprise modules, you may have to choose one problem. You may have to choose different model of different LLM to solve one problem. Like in AI agentic workflow, the market research can be conducted better by using one LLM and its specific AI model. But after market research is completed, maybe the input in terms of AI can be better processed, maybe by deploying AI agent, which is built on altogether different LLM and its different model. So I think that's where we are, but we believe that an ability to evaluate with professional skepticism and pass a judgment still remains the ownership of human mind and may not be deeply replaceable with artificial intelligence or any kind of application that augments through artificial intelligence. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. So yes, very valid point. There are so many now different LLMs, different tools, different models. What is to be used for what purpose? Which will be the right thing to be done, which will give optimum output. And so for that, mind you have been using. So nice. And so now we come to the last question. So very fortunate, the last panelist is a we have been as faculty at multiple places. So you have been into technology and training on technology topics right from since we had a digital accounting assurance board and in fact committee of information technology. So what shift do you see in terms of earlier what we used to do in terms of technology and now using AI, and how much the human mind is involved in that? Please, Nisha.
So a warm good morning to all of you. Thank you, Murtaza bhai, for asking me that. Because when I go to the trainings for this level 1 course, what I see is the human mind is the base which is applying the technologies. Rightly said by him that what model has to be used, that a human has to decide. You have to use a thinking model, you have to use a writing model, you have to use a research model. That's up to you to decide. Now, what do we see as a change in the coming future? I see what we were doing as a clerical work or a procedural work. That will be automated with the help of AI agents. 25, as said by Sam Altman, that 25 is the year where the AI agents will be implemented in masses. So we are seeing the AI agents has to be implemented in masses, not just me or you, but all the chartered accountants have to use it. Be it tools for auditing, be it tools for automating their tasks, be it tools for mailing. A simple VBA is also a simple automation. But who has to give the prompt? The human mind. Now, I ask all the participants sitting here a question. Your friend must have sent you a very good message in English, or the branches are also sending you the messages. How many of you can identify whether it is an AI generated or not? You apply human mind there? No. I hope you are doing well. Hello. They start the message, you immediately identify it's generated by AI. So it's the application over the period. After using AI, we are also learning how the responses are going to be. But a personalized learning and personalized responses would be coming in near future. So we are all going at a stage where your login account will be something which is your personal secretary. Be it any LLM you are using, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, whatever. But the history that they are going to take as a reference, it is going to make the difference in your experience, what all the other panelists also said. So with this, I rest and give the mic to MOC. Thank you.
Okay, so yes, thank you so much. So wonderful inputs from all panelists. Yes, that artificial intelligence is there and will remain, and we have to use it in the right manner. Our human mind cannot be replaced, and human mind will help us use artificial intelligence better. So thank you very much, all panelists, for your wonderful inputs, and thank you for the audience. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Murtuza sir. We are starting our next panel discussion. For the next panel discussion, I would like to invite CA Neha Fadke, Treasurer of Pune branch, CA Shekhar Sane, CA Gurvin Narang, CA Ashutosh Sahi, and CA Rekha Dhamankar. Welcome to the stage. I also recognize the presence of CA Chandrasekhar Chitale sir, our beloved CCM. I request CA Neha Fadke, moderator, to please start the panel discussion.
So, welcome to all the panelists, esteemed panelists, for this session. The topic for this panel discussion is from bills to balance sheets, and how AI can help us to automate this process, or how it can further help us to read the bills and all. So first, I would like to know from all the wonderful panelists here that can AI actually do it for us, read the bills and do, and is it doing it right now? What are your views on that?
Hi everybody, my name is CA Ashutosh Sahi. I am a CFA also. From my point of view, AI has been doing a tremendous job reading the bills and entering the data into the ledgers, giving us trial balance, which are pretty accurate but still need to be validated by our professional judgment. We need to make sure that human oversight over that is there, so that professional judgment remains paramount. And I guess making something out of a bill, such as such financial document, balance sheet, would be no longer a hectic task for us professionals. Using AI, we can easily do that, but we should make sure that the same is validated by professional judgment. And I guess over coming years, reading various types of bills, since now GPT-4 is being used, which can read data from images as well as videos. Reading a bill and giving you a data entry should not be a difficult task. And from a data entry to a balance sheet, it's a very cakewalk for something as artificial intelligence. I guess that would be it from my side. So.
Yes, Gurvin, would you like to add anything?
Very good morning, everyone. It's a lovely morning, second day AIS 2025, and we are all here gathered to discuss and innovate AI in our chartered accountancy. And the topic is very interesting, reading bills and moving further to balance sheets, right? So OCR is a technology, natural language processing, certain technology that is being used by AI tools, which will help us to process and read hundreds of bills in few seconds. The manual entry type that we have engaged our articles to manually enter the bills took a lot of time. But nowadays, with so many AI tools like Busy is getting the plugins, Zoho, Tally, they are all being integrated with AI to assist all of us chartered accountants. And I request you all to use these AI plugins, which will benefit you, save your precious time, your articles time, and immediately read the bills, which will include the name, GSTIN number in a very accurate manner, which a human can. Sometimes human error is possible, which will be not possible using AI technology. So I definitely recommend using AI tools which are, I just mentioned, with our daily financial statements analysis, reading. And we saw in yesterday AI hackathon also, where that panelist did so well and depicted us their special use cases to use in their daily use to in hundreds and thousands of bills can be checked, and then they get through tally, and then they get integrated, and then you can analyze your balance sheet and do your work which was taking few days in few seconds or couple of minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Gurveer. Before moving on to Shekhar sir for actually going on to the analysis part, what Gurveen was talking about, since Rekha Dhamandkar ma'am is more into risks and forensic audits, ma'am, one question that how much can we rely on these AI tools for reading our bills and actually preparing this balance sheets, and what about the risk of leaking of these sensitive data?
Good morning, everyone. First of all, thanks for giving me the opportunity to be in the panelist. There are 2-3 things I want to highlight in this matter. First thing is there is always question in the mind of everyone here, must be the question in the minds of everyone here, that what's about the data security. Because when you are talking about uploading, when you're talking about the machine learning and you want to upload something, some data, real data to the tool, and you are expecting results from that. So how much our data will be secure, what we are uploading. But there is a security policy. So everyone is requested to read the security policies, and you have to design the security policy for your organization adopting that policy. And if you have that policy, and the AI tool will work within the framework of that policy, and the risks will be minimal. Secondly, those who are the beginners, those who just started using the AI tool and want to, suppose you got the income tax notices for one client, you got the income tax notices for 10 years. And you want to remember under what section that notice is received, what are the due dates, and what is the date of hearing, and you want to accumulate all this information. You can upload those to the AI tool, and he will prepare a table for you. But while uploading, those who are beginners can just hide the names of the clients, hide the PAN number. This data can be, again, you can use AI tool to hide the data, or you can simply put using some PDF tools, you can hide the data, hide the name, you can remove the names and then upload the data, and it will do everything for you. Even you can prepare the reply to the notices using AI. Prepare the reply. If you want to know what are the case laws to support your views, what grounds can be taken, and what are the cases which will support your ground, and what are the chances that you will win. So here you have to use the chain of thoughts. Right. Okay. And another thing about it is very if you have, for example, if you have a data running into lakhs of rows in Excel, and you want to analyze just a particular thing from that. For example, I am a forensic auditor. I have a data, huge 2 lakh liner data with me, and I want to find out from that data the duplicate payments made to a particular person, or duplicate salary payments per month made to the who are paid twice in a particular month. So you can, using the chain of thoughts, you can, giving the particular prompts, you can just run down into just 100 or 150 lines what you require. So here it's very easy for you to hide the names and work on this.
So a little bit on the same topic, Shekhar Sane sir, since I know you are also an AI faculty, and you must be being asked these questions very frequently in all your batches. So in addition to this data security, I would also like to know that can AI actually help us in prediction analysis and maybe help us understand the financial health, the cash flows of the company.
Hello, very good morning. Thank you, Neha. Thanks for AI, ICI for giving this opportunity. I would like to just say that I will just share my experience with you. Whenever I'm using, whenever I'm required to do any prediction analysis, I always give preference to Perplexity, because Perplexity is a tool which will enable us to make more and more research, more and more diagnostic, more and more deep dive into the things and issues. The beauty part of Perplexity is that whenever you are generating a prompt, that particular prompt itself makes you enabled to generate 5 more prompts. It is just like our amoeba in our 10th standard. If we touch one amoeba, it generates 10 amoeba. 10 amoeba generates 100 amoebas. It's just like that. So it actually gives us a chains and chains of the prompts and the questions without we actually thinking on it. And therefore, for prediction and the patterns and the trends analysis or the research or the diagnostic analysis, I will always prefer Perplexity. This is what my experience is. As regards number crunching is concerned, I am of the view, rather it's my experience, that as regards the reading of the PDF files or even Word files, Claude is more good. And Claude can actually help us in number crunching. As regards the notes to accounts or as regards the basis of whatever we are showing or generating, I will always use ChatGPT, because I observed that ChatGPT is excellent in giving the briefs, narratives, or the combinations of them, or we are required to insert the notes and so on and so forth. So therefore, there is no such per se any kind of fixed rule that I am trying to apply in my routine as well as my curriculum. But I try to use multiple tools for achieving a goal. That is what I will put it.
So just to sum up a last question, I would like to know just
for you, all of your information, yesterday only Perplexity paid version is made free for Airtel users for 1 year. So those who are having Airtel phones, you can download that and make use of the paid Perplexity version tool.
Okay, so do we, a short one-liner answer last from all of you, that do we see a day when the entire financial reports will be created from the AI very soon?
Hello. This particular question is very tricky, because unless and until the entire data entry is correct, entire processes are correctly set, entire controls are being operated properly. For example, knocking off bills, if at all we pay any creditor, then against which invoice we have paid. If at all we did not knock off the invoice, we cannot generate any report which will give us analysis of disallowance under section 43BH, or it will not also give us proper analysis for payments which are exceeding 180 days under the law of ITC input tax credit eligibility. So first, unless this groundwork is clear, appropriately and proper and apt, then only AI can be used better. We cannot solely use on AI, okay? Because unless we are required to have our discipline on our own first, and then we should rely on AI.
Ashutosh, what do you think?
Neha ma'am, I would like to add a line to Shekhar sir's answer only. Since human oversight is important, making a balance sheet out of a data entry is easy, but professional judgment still would be there to make sure everything is, perfect and you need it as you want it. Until and unless you have a human oversight, it might lead to unwarranted responses, right? Which might not be needed. Yeah.
Gurveer?
I would also like to add it on. Whatever you said, Neha, I think it will be possible one day. As AI is moving so fast and at such a progress, the day may not be so far. But in the end, I should say that, but AI will not replace the chartered accountants. You have to use your human mind, whatever the result that AI is giving, you need some human mind to analyze and then proceed further to presentation, and not just totally on AI that what they gave. It is a tool to save our time, to do the work in very fast, accurate manner, and the day will not be very far when you'll get all the financial statements done, right from the punching, vouching, and getting the financial statements, and the audit opinion. But then still, the power will still remain in the hands of the chartered accountants, because AI will not replace chartered accountants. It's there to help us. Thank
So
you.
on this positive note, I think we can end the panel discussion as our jobs are safe. So thank you. I want to extend a big round. Please give a big round of applause for all the panelists. And thank you, Gurveen, for ending us on such a good note. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We had a wonderful panel discussion. Now we'll be playing a video. I request the team to please play. Thank you so much. A warm welcome to all of you. We are starting with our panel
We asked
discussion.
AI how accountants would look 5 years from now. Fast, seamless, effortless. But this reality can only be a dream for you if you keep juggling different softwares for every task. Meet Suvit, the one-stop solution for automating your entire office practice. No more errors or manual work. Let AI scan, capture, and enter your data seamlessly. Introducing Suvit Chat, your smart work assistant. Assign tasks to team members with ease. Automate client follow-ups by scheduling bulk reminders. Let AI auto-reply, collect and store documents instantly. Internally communicate with your team efficiently. Suvit reads PDFs, Excels, and even images. It auto-suggests ledgers and syncs with Tally, all with AI. Simplify GST with automation. IMS feature tracks and stores GST-ready invoices, preventing duplicates and syncing seamlessly with Tally for smooth, secure filings. Once all your data sorted, GST filing is just a few clicks away. No chaos, no last-minute rush. Connect and collaborate with clients all in one place. Be on time every time. Get real-time insights and make informed decisions. Step into the future of practice automation with Suvit. Be a part of Suvit Register today.
Thank you so much. So we'll be starting our next panel discussion on smart practice, integrate AI skills and cloud automation. AI and cloud technologies are reshaping the skill sets needed in modern finance teams. And this panel brings together experts to discuss how chartered accountants can improve, adapt, and lead smart practices in a tech-driven future. I request CA Saurabh Maheshwari, CA Saurabh Goenka, CA Samir Inamdar, and Ms. Himanshi Lohchab to please come on the dais. These are our distinguished panelists. We are pleased to welcome Dr. Saurabh Maheshwari, CBO at SKLZ Tech and a leading voice of EdTech innovation and an IIT Delhi alumnus and TEDx speaker. He brings more than 17 years of transformative experience in education. We have CA Saurabh Goenka, co-founder and CEO of MindMap Digital. We are honored to welcome Saurabh, a digital transformation leader and co-founder of MindMap Digital, recognized amongst India's top 10 RPA solution providers. A Forbes Business Council member and AI strategist, he is a 40 under 40 innovator and winner of the Entrepreneur of the Year award. We have speaker Mr. Samir Inamdar, founder and CEO of Enthrall.ai. We are excited to welcome Samir Inamdar, a global leader in AI powered learning with more than 20 years of impact across 65 plus countries, a pioneer in digital learning platforms and enterprise training. He blends innovation with instructional excellence at scale. We have Ms. Himanshi Lohchab, Senior Correspondent, Telecom and Tech of Economic Times. We are pleased to welcome Himanshi, Senior Correspondent at Economic Times, covering telecom, tech, and India's digital policy landscape. With rich experience in journalism and regulatory analysis, she brings sharp insight into AI, cloud, cybersecurity, and emerging tech ecosystems. We welcome you all on behalf of Pune branch of ICAI. I request our Central Council member, CA Chandrasekhar Chitale sir, to please give opening remarks to the audience.
Good morning, friends, and welcome to this AI Summit. I'm sure that yesterday has went well, and today also you will be enriching yourself in the domain of this AI. In fact, till yesterday I was in Canada, therefore I could not make it today. As far as this conference is concerned, the conference coordinators, Umesh Sharma, was willing to have this in Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, but I requested him to have it in Pune because we have better infrastructure, and he kindly agreed. Of course, before committing him to have it at Pune, I said that I will organize one more at Aurangabad after consulting with Dayanivas Sharma, whose heart beats for Aurangabad more because his better half is from Aurangabad. So maybe we will have one more conference at Aurangabad. Since Pune also, we have to close the registrations considering the capacity of the hall. So maybe we will have discussed with managing committee, one more opportunity would be there for such conference in Pune in near future. So please await that. As far as this session goes, using AI for the smart practice, I'm sure the dignitaries are well versed and they would be making us understand that how the AI can be used in a smarter manner for the purpose of your practices. But please be reminded that this is the manner they are explaining that you can use for your practice. For the purpose of know-how, you have to undergo the training program which is organized by ICAI. The first version is already there, and second version would be launched soon, as has been announced yesterday. And that would be AI Training 2.0. But I'm told that as far as Pune is concerned, we'll straight away start with AI Training 3.0 because we have so many faculties around and they are practicing very harder as far as this course is concerned. And one peculiarity of AI faculty is that, like in case of tax, if we call any faculty, we are told that no, we have no time, there are certain appointments. But there is a protocol in AI that they cannot say we don't have time because they are able to do 4 days work in 4 hours. So if he says he has no time, that means he has not mastered AI to that extent. So friends, the question arises whether AI will replace chartered accountants, etc., etc. And we proudly say that no, it will not. But mind well, unless you are with AI, then you will not be replaced. If you are without AI, then certainly you will be outdated and replaced. The capabilities of AI will keep on increasing, evolving over the years. And when we say years, for in AI terms, it is not the years, it is not even the months, but maybe hour long you have updates 1.0, 1.1, and so on. So you have always to keep abreast with the technology. And each small player outdates a big player. It is not like a manufacturing that you have to be a big player in order to make dent. Everybody is there with AI. So without wasting much time, let me end with an experience that there was a beautiful girl and everybody admired her. And there was feeling that they should marry. But there was a smart chartered accountant. Ultimately, he impressed her and married her. And तब लोगों ने कहा वो उनकी गलियारों में 100 फेरे लगाते थे, वो उनकी गलियारों में 100 फेरे लगाते थे, कोई स्मार्ट चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट आया, 9 फेरे लगे गए, उसे ले गया. Thank you.
Thank you, Chitle sir. Thanks for your words of wisdom.
Thank you so much. Yeah, now I request our panelists to please take the charge of the session. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for the esteemed audience out there, and it's been a roller coaster day yesterday, and I'm sure that you had a very good learning, knowledge sharing experience yesterday, and we would like to begin your morning sessions in that tone as well. Especially thanks for Chitle sir. Yesterday he was in Canada and he has addressed out there in a virtual manner, and today he is sitting in a full-fledged manner to talk about artificial intelligence. So I believe the topic which is related to smart practices, I have a slightly different opinion before I start interacting with my co-panelist to make a statement. Practices were by default smart before also. As a professional chartered accountant, were born smart whenever the CA prefix has been added to you. With technology, we should work on a higher side of it. We should make it not smart, I think smarter practices. So I have questions, and my esteemed panelists, including CA Saurabh, Inamdar ji, and Himanshi, I think all of them are capable enough in their own domain to answer the questions which I am going to put on them. Fine. Although it is a panel discussion, but I think you all are also a panelist here. So I'm open enough in next 20-30 minutes down the line when we wind up our first round of discussion. I expect you all to bring up your own doubts and problems or queries as well. Fine, which in our best capacity we'll able to reply. And if we are not, Chitle sir is here to reply all those queries because he has got decent awareness, knowledge of professions, and by his God grace and all around the world travel, I think he is more technologically aligned than anybody of us sitting out here, sir. So I'll, with your due permission, I'll put my first question to the professional himself, that is CA, Saurabh, because all three of us are non-chartered accountants. So we have one chartered accountant, so I think first question should come down to them as well. So, Saurabh ji, just a brief about the question, then I will expect you to reply. See, tech and artificial intelligence is driving the entire industry, and I think this is a statement of fact today. I think we should not get it discarded. But is this the only thing? Or there are other areas as well, including tech. I'm not saying not tech, including tech, which a professional needs to have in its own characteristics, in its own nature. Fine, because tech can only be used by a person who has some other areas as well. Now, I want to listen from his, because being an 40 under 40 entrepreneur, having a startup company of $1 million, and also having operation offices in multiple parts of the world, which is a tech-aligned company, I think he's the best guy to identify a synchronization between a chartered accountancy profession and technology. So I would like to hear from your side, sir. You are born smart, but what has made you smarter? Including technology, what other areas you feel like are important enough for the audience out here to beat into that 40 under 40 zone?
So I think that's a great question, and let me just tell you that all this talk about artificial intelligence technology, it's all old wine in a new bottle. AI is more than 20 years old. It is just that, there's a very prominent industry report called the Gartner hype cycle. Some of you might have heard about it. There's a reason it's called the hype cycle. It's not called a trend cycle. And that's because, as technology evolves, it has evolved to a certain stage where machines are very cognitive and they can take decisions by themselves across various areas. However, that's still a tool, right? And you need tools for specific purposes. Now, for you to be successful as a CA professional, your decision-making skills, your problem-solving skills are still the paramount. I think any business, any part of the world, what's important is for you to understand what is your potential customer's pain point, how can that pain point be solved, and it just so happens that AI is very efficient in solving that pain point, right? So, earlier when you had to, let's say, give a legal opinion, you would go and yourself read 100 code orders. Today you can just upload them to a chat GPT or a RAG agent who can do that work for you. So what we all need to understand is the fundamentals of being successful has not changed. You have to understand problems, you have to be empathetic, you have to solve those problems, but you need to have the right skills in the armory, right? Even like, so much warfare globally, so there's so much advancement everywhere. You got to have the right weapons with you to fight these battles. And I think AI is a very, very effective weapon. It's just that. So AI is a very broad term. It's misleading when people say that I'm an AI company and everything is AI. They should stop talking like this because AI is very, very encompassing. So you got to understand what are the precision skill sets which you need for your specific domain and profession, and then just work with them. AI is just another enabler. There have been enablers. I would not give AI any more importance than, when you started using Excel long back to just get data into one place. It's actually simpler than Excel if you ask me, and then it's just about how you use it.
Thank you, Saurabh. It was a worthful answer. And I think I should you should take a crux out of it. See, technology by default is there from last around 400 odd years. It's just like artificial intelligence, why we are talking about it, why we are having conferences, discussions, and learning session about it. That's the only technology which comes in the hands of every common man. Before that, technology was there, but in the hands of technocrats or people who are developing the technology. It's the only technology which is in the hand of everyone. Now, when there is a technology which is in the hands of everyone, it can be constructive, it can be destructive. People can use it constructively. I think all of you are inclined for that, and there are other aspects as well. So I will now shift over to somebody who is from industry and taking care of the educational domain as well. So Samir has LMS platforms and he's giving some sort of B2B services to multiple clients out there for learning services and all. Sir, how do you feel that this particular technological tool, artificial intelligence, certain other digital transformation technologies are changing the professional scenarios, and how constructive or destructive it would be, and how our mind needs to be reshaped to align it in a proper manner?
Thanks so much. Hello, everyone. Good morning. While I was driving over here for the session, I was wondering, they always say that come prepared and you start with a one-liner or a joke. And I was wondering, are there CA jokes? And Chitle sir actually cracked one. So I didn't know there was a bunch of CA jokes available. But anyway, I think he did a great job. I think I'll take the later part of the question first, which is, which actually casts a fear in the mindset. And a very good analogy that I would like to present over here is that, think of it maybe quite a lot of us are friendly with dogs. We love dogs. There are few people who are obviously a little wary of them. But in general, I would like to say that if I have to put a simplest comparison, you can think of AI as your companion, be it an agent or whatever avatar they are part of. You can think of them as a companion and think of it as your friendly pet, a dog, which can actually go and do things for you. Of course, there's one area which is the emotional empathy part, which is still a long way to go. But we've already seen some movies, like Ex Machina and even Her and all those Hollywood films, which has actually even brought in the empathy factor. So I think if you can fundamentally think of AI as your companion, which you can go to which you can fearlessly go and ask any question, any query, any kind of a problem statement. Give any problem statement and it will have some answer. And of course, the billions of databases that are getting added on a regular basis, you're just going to get better and better and smarter and smarter. So I would like to say that first is like one should forget about the fear factor and just be part of it. I mean, we are in the AI revolution, and as Saurabh ji mentioned that it's been around for so long. I mean, we wouldn't even imagine that sometimes what we call as agentic AI, everybody's talking about agentic AI and, start building mini agents, and these mini agents will be like your digital workers who will go and do things for you, and then you can be an assembler. Where you can actually get all the output from them and actually put it together. But the agents have been around with us all along. I mean, we have RPAs, we have been having automation. Even a car, the cars that we drive, they have different levels of parking automation and parking AI already in it, right? I mean, it tells you when to stop. It has brakes, which automatically it applies brakes. So they have all these ADAS 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. So we have agents which are driving cars, we have agents which are going and doing coding. You have Cursor IO, which has now caught an eye with a lot of the folks, which is, they've suddenly hiked up the pricing and everybody is like, okay, what's happening? They're changing the price models and all that stuff. So let's look at the positive side of it. So the AI that we all are using right now, the skills that we would really like to have is, one is, again, going back to the fundamentals, reading and writing. So we were always taught, right, STEM, math, science, these are the skills that we need to have to progress and go ahead. Suddenly, nowadays, it doesn't look that difficult, right? I mean, you have AI tutors, you can actually cast a problem and you get a solution to it. So what is prompt engineering? I mean, that's one of the biggest skills that everybody talks about. And it's basically having effective communication skills. You need to comprehend. You need to have great reading and writing skills and be articulate in what you want, right? So if you are able to communicate very articulately, you will get the best results. And obviously, the great thing about the AI companions and the agents and the tools that we have is that it can actually get better and better. So sometimes one of the best, it's a joke out there where they are saying that the best prompt is actually just make it better, make it better, make it better. So whatever it gives you an answer, you just keep going on that. So I think these fundamental skills of comprehension, reading, writing are the areas that I would really look at. And for practicing CAs, I mean, as Saurabhji mentioned, that you're anyway a bunch of smart people. And imagine you have a smart companion now assisting you and, augmenting it further. So I think this profession is again something where one area that we talked about is the creativity area. So that's the human creativity is boundless, right? I mean, that is where humans trump over anything else. So be it creative, creating balance sheets, window dressing or whatever, I think we'll have an AI companion to be able to do that as well. Or find nooks out of it.
Great. Thank you, Samirji, and I'm still happy to see that people who are the leaders of the industry are still focusing on the core values. And the core values includes reading and writing and all. So I'll just try to put a statement out here. How many of you know that the human body can only function if there are certain neurons in our brain are functioning properly? And you know how many neurons do we have in our brain? Although the numbers comes up from whatever the medical science says, there is no specific number. We have 86 billion neurons in our brain. 86 billion. And 50% of those neurons gets activated when we use our points of fingers. That is when we write something, when we hold something, when we do something from our fingers. And rest 50% are activated when we walk. That means our fingers in the feet are actually, again, trigger points of those. So sticking up to the basics, if you have to use the technology, the human body has to be fit enough to be aligned to that. And I think activating the neurons in our brain is the key part for it. So thank you, Samir, for doing that. Now I'll jump up to somebody who is connected from the media industry. And the lady we have is the correspondent from ET. And she's taking care of certain newses and articles and publications from media houses. She's getting the primary source of information also from her own research, and she's getting the secondary source of information also from the researches conducted by other people. Now, I would like to ask her, she has both the visions. The vision which comes up from the foreign country market, what we say is the technology countries, which aligned countries than us, maybe US, UK or Germany's and all are much better to us. That is what our presumption is. And another way out is that people out here, 1,800 people sitting out here, and there are a lot of workshops all around the country going on the artificial intelligence, and we are getting upskilled. So from her perspective, what gap she feel like Indian professionals has, which can make us more smarter, or are we already smarter than them?
Thank you, Dr. Saurabh. I think I would like to start by saying you made a very important point that AI and ML systems have been there for very long. You know, our recommendation systems of Googles and Metas of the world, of Swiggy's, you know, have a very strong AI and ML foundations. And look at the value that, you know, these digital platforms have unlocked for a country like India. So, I mean, and the startup ecosystem, by the way, the Digital India stack, the governance stack brought by the government of India is a world-class solutions which has been appreciated across the world. So I would say that, you know, in terms of innovation, yes, we do it differently. We are a frugal mindset. You know, our startups are solving a lot of India-specific problems. So yes, that innovation mindset set is there, and we have seen that unlock a lot of value in past. And AI and ML has been integrated in a lot of these systems. Imagine a Swiggy order that you make a Zepto order is able to reach you in 7 minutes. I mean, the other day I was, you know, making pasta and I realized that I don't have the sauce. So while that was on the stove, my sauce had arrived. So this is a feat of engineering. And, you know, AI ML has been a very strong foundation of it. But what has changed in the past 2-3 years since, you know, ChatGPT became cool is that it is moving very fast. You know, when I speak to the founders of the Silicon Valley and, you know, what is their vision is to achieve AGI. If you have listened to Sam Altman on what they want to achieve is AI being able to achieve human level intelligence. Basically, achieve tasks which humans are able to do. So what they are shipping is very fast. What they are building is very fast. India is sort of trying to catch up with that because, first of all, the technology is new. The algorithm, the generative AI model training is something new which needs to be studied and studied well. Also the challenge with a market like India is we have a very diverse language, you know, which is not out there in digital systems. 99% of the internet today is in English. How much do you have in Marathi or Hindi or Gujarati? So first of all, getting that data into digital systems and to be able to train a model is the biggest challenge that our innovators are facing right now. And, you know, to be able to use that into our systems. So for example, let's say a very simple customer service bot, you know, SBI serves the largest customer service base in India. It serves the lowest tier of our population. Somebody speaking Savali language needs to, you know, talk to the customer service line of SBI. They cannot speak English. They cannot use smartphones. So, you know, that is where our innovation cycle is a bit delayed when it comes to generative AI. But I feel there is a lot of research happening. There's a lot of funding that even the government is providing to our researchers. So I think we'll take time to catch up with that, but that's happening.
Thank you, Mangi. Taking the statement what she has made and the basis she has given, that government is taking a lot of steps in terms of putting the digital ecosystems in the country on the forefront. But the challenges are very obvious. That is the languages we are having, the vernacular languages and the varying terminologies what we use out there. So standardization is missing. And that creates an opportunity as well. Now for that, I'll again go to Saurabh to ask a question. Saurabh, India being one of the biggest market for frugal innovation, right? Government already putting up a lot of policies, frameworks into place. And I think with our MSME market, chartered accountants have a big opportunity to be into tech consultant. Now I'll jump up to the second topic which we have as a topic of our discussion is related to cloud automation. Now we all know that setting up the infrastructure within our own ecosystems, maybe with your office or maybe your client office, is practically impossible. Most of us are looking for the services which are rendered by the cloud service providers, and we are more dependent on platforms like cloud and Amazon rather than setting up our own servers, and I think that is good to go as well. So I have two questions from Saurabh. One is, can chartered accountant play a role of catalyst into being a digital transformation consultant, typically migrating the resources and data and applications from server-based or maybe from the infrastructure-based to cloud-based, that is public platforms and all. And second, which is not our topic, but still I'll try to extend from you, are we looking forward for sustainable digital infrastructure with the help of it?
I think great question again. First of all, can a CA play a great role in this? I think there is a phenomenal business opportunity out there because if you look at the world of technology and most of the large IT companies that exist today, they are good at technology. Technology cannot always solve problems related to a process, right? And I've always told this, that there's a great opportunity for CAs who, if they start understanding technology, which is so easy now with all of this vibe coding and all these CA GPT and all of that stuff, you can go a great distance. So yesterday, coincidentally, I was speaking to the CFO of an Indian startup. They spent about 4 crores in migrating one of their platforms into finance platforms into one of the ERP systems. They signed a deal for about 4 crores. They spent 1.5 crores. It got stuck. They wrote it off. Now they're doing something else. And I've had this conversation so many times. The reason it fails is because the guys who are trying to do this, they don't understand exception handling. They don't understand what's going to happen if there's a new invoice template that comes in for processing, or what's going to happen if the regulation changes tomorrow. They don't understand the nuances of the process. So the opportunity is immense. I think this whole DAB initiative with ICI started a few years back. I've been doing some of these sessions since then. Since then till now, I have seen so many CAs who've set up a blockchain practice, who've set up a cloud practice and all of that, and there's a tremendous opportunity there. For 2 reasons. One, you understand the process side brilliantly well. And I think, I must say this, Indian chartered accountants and the Indian finance fraternity is by far one of the smartest across all finance fraternities in the world, Great. I have interacted with not just the CACP equivalent, but all Ivy League, MBAs and all that. We also hire some of them, but I think Indian CAs are very, very good, right? And then coming to your second question, Saurabhji, on the cloud infrastructure, I think you're absolutely right. We may soon start facing a massive energy crisis, which some of you are already seeing happening in the Silicon Valley as well, where I don't know if some of you have played with these Ghibli models, which OpenAI came out with, and then Sam Altman had to pass a note that you're frying all my GPU servers. They're not easy. It's extremely expensive to run these GPU farms and GPU servers. Shared infrastructure, just like shared travel, is the way to go. But I also want everyone to understand this is, right now we're talking about GPUs, but the inherent assumption that AI models need to run on high capacity GPUs, that's also being challenged every day. We are getting to see a lot of models that can run on CPUs. I have a couple of models that run on my laptop. When I'm in the flight, it runs pretty well. And the progress which quantum computing is making today, a few years down the line, just like, a few years back, you would never be able to imagine that a cell phone can have so much computing power. Probably a few years down the line, your cell phone would be more powerful than a GPU farm set up by OpenAI. You never know, right? But till we reach there, you made an absolutely fantastic point. It's very important that we start leveraging some of these infrastructures. And there are a lot of programs supported by the government, by these large, hyperscalers like Amazon, etc., where they give you free cloud credits. You don't actually have to spend anything. You can apply for these free cloud credits. Everybody gets about $4,000 or $5,000 worth of credits from Amazon, Google, etc. That'll be enough to sustain you for a large period of time. And please make that contribution. Discourage your customers, etc., to set up your own infrastructure. It's not really sustainable and tenable. However, please be careful about security as well. You can't just leave ports open and things like that. Cyber security is again a very, very big, theme right now. But yeah, you have to absolutely leverage those. I completely agree with you, Saurabh.
Thank you very much. And I think that's a very good remark as well, that yes, the two things which I take from his word as well. Point one, most of the chartered accountants, when we go for developing some sort of tech solutions, fine, you feel like, okay, एक बार में हो जाएगा. But ऐसा होता नहीं है. You have to have a sustained effort, hit and trial, putting up multiple platforms, and maybe doing some sort of trial and error sort of error. And that should not be taken as a hit back on your ideology. It should be taken as a process to reach out the maturity of a solution. And I'm sure when I go to Samir, when he has been launching into his own SaaS services for learning LMS also, there may be multiple hiccups you might have also witnessed during the development process. And because he is using SaaS services, he knows what cloud system is all about and how he can leverage it in an effective manner. So Samir, just two quick questions from you. One is, please let the audience, because we can, I can see that there is more than around 30-40% audience who is sitting out here, which is less than 40 age group. For them, quick success is what they need. So please tell them that hit and trial or maybe errors and getting some sort of maturity is a part of the process. And second, please guide them that how SaaS services can be very good, some sort of extra services which they can leverage for their client as well.
Sure, thanks. So I would say like two important points to note. Let's say you're building a tool, an AI tool for for a CA firm or things like that. And when you deploy, the deployment on cloud is a very important aspect of it, as even Saurabh mentioned from a security perspective and all that stuff. There is a area that you need to be very careful about, because most of these cloud operators work on a model where either you put up a card and then the services are running in the background. And many times the bill of material which is available on the cloud platform, it's actually publicly available. So they have these calculators, and you basically look, input the compute that you need. That I need a server, I need a D1 server, whether I need a CDN, whether I need a blob storage or equivalent, like blob storage is on Azure, and on AWS it's S3 bucket. So you're actually adding your card and you're thinking that, okay, now I'm all set, and you started. But there are areas which, which you will suddenly get a shock of your life when you see the bill. And this is what has happened to us as an enterprise SaaS platform, where, we basically have customers who have dedicated infra for them on cloud. So our solution is deployed only for, say, an example, SBI Life. And then we have shared cloud, where we have multiple customers using a shared server. So these various options are there. Sometimes we also deploy it on the customer's cloud. So there's a lot of flexibility available in cloud deployments. Very important to make sure that you get the bill of material right. That is the most important factor. Secondly, keep monitoring it. Because if you don't monitor it on a regular basis, you will get a shock of your life, as I said, possibly. Not that if you're doing it, great, and if you're monitoring, if you're very clear about what you are expecting from the infra, then that's fine. But otherwise, you could end up overshooting your bills. So that's something that I would like to definitely tell folks who are having their small practices. Saurabh mentioned about the credits, which is great. Always keep asking for credits. I mean, that's one advice that I would give to a lot of startups, that just keep asking for credits. Even if the credits are over, talk to your Microsoft account manager and say, I'm doing a POC, I'm going ahead and doing a POC with this customer, that customer. So they keep extending your credit. So it's not just $4,000 or $5,000 you get in the beginning, but you can actually end up getting even $10,000 or more, depending on how your relationship is there and all. You don't have to con your way into getting credits. I'm saying that these are real world scenarios, right? You say that, okay, I'm actually doing a POC, I'm creating a situation where I'm onboarding few pilot customers and all that stuff. So they'll give you credit. So feel free to keep asking them for credits and you will get that.
That's very good. So most of you are not aware about the fact that these companies are actually today expanding their footprints, and for that they want to have maximum registered, whether free or paid, clients on your systems. Fine, तो जैसे बोला है ना, मांगने से तो भगवान मिल जाते हैं. जरा कंपनी से मांग के तो देखो और क्या जा रहा है मांगने में.
And what they are looking for is the data. Imagine everybody is after the data that you have or you are able to create.
So again, coming back to you from this data perspective and security, do you believe that before signing up a cloud platforms or maybe aligning ourselves with some other cloud services, do you need to review certain policies and documentation for that so that neither your cost goes to a beyond level that is the fluctuating or a hidden cost, nor your security related concerns can be overshooting your expectations?
Oh, absolutely. You have to read the fine print always, regardless of which agreement or which. I mean, we all have the habit of just going and say, I agree. I think that is one thing that we keep doing wherever we go onto a site, we accept the cookies, we agree all the terms and conditions and all of that. And the same thing happens. Many of us who are small, entrepreneurs, we don't have large law firms backing us, going through the agreements, the legal beagles who will take care of your things. So very important to read the fine print. And more importantly, as I said, you can set limits. So even if you're putting a card, you can actually set limit that don't spend beyond 5,000 or 10,000 rupees. So these are the checks and balances that you can have, which is a very important word for in your part of the industry. So have these guardrails around so that you don't overshoot your budget and things like that.
Correct. So it's not.
And these are big firms, so they will not let a penny go away. So they will come after you if you rake up thousands of dollars of bills. They will definitely come after you and try to get it.
Perfectly, and that means there are two other aspects which you need to take up from his deliberation. Is the one is make sure that you are not only just signing off, you are reading those and digesting those documentation, not only for your sake, I think for a client's sake as well. And second important part is that with new compliances and regulations coming up in the country from typically tech side of it, I think as a chartered accountant, start entering into those areas as well, which are going to give you extra privileges in providing tech consultancy, not from implementation of technology, but also for regulation of technology also for your clients. Right? So thank you, Samir. Himangi, one quick question which is in the minds of almost everyone. And I have a serious doubt that why media is showcasing something to us which I do not want. How many of you have seen that newspapers, publishing houses, news channels and all are putting that AI has bring job losses? Fine, that will be, some designers will get job loss and programmers are getting job losses. I am just in a process that from last around 400, 500 years since technology is there in the market, have we ever seen any job loss happen? I want to hear from you first before she answering. Have you ever seen any job loss? No, audience is very dull. Have you seen any job loss? No, technology has never ever taken a jobs. If jobs would have been taken, then I think we would be more free individuals. In last around 400 years, every one of us is making more busier. Every now and then. Maybe with a creative task or a non-creative task, but we are busy. So when we are busy, at least somebody is doing some work. Somebody is posting certain media platforms on LinkedIn and all or YouTube and all so that we are wasting our time in watching. And we may be wasting our time, but somebody is earning from it. So it is job loss or job shift. And if it is a job shift, why you media people are putting up these vibes into the market that AI and technology is going to take a job?
So, Dr. Saurabh, first of all, media reports what CEOs and founders want to put out in the market. So, I would.
That's nice. Pot calling the kettle black.
So I'll talk about, what I've been hearing from the leaders of the world right now. So there's a sharp difference in what people are telling, right? If you look at the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world, what they're saying is that, by 2027, I am going to replace every engineer at Meta, right? Similar very bold statements have been made by more such CEOs and founders globally, right? So when I talk to people and ask, are you really seeing this kind of disruption that, software engineering, which is the most coveted profession, can be disrupted and replaced? So somebody told me that, it's very funny why Mark Zuckerberg says it, because that is the product he's selling, right? He's selling a model which can automate coding, and that's why he's saying that I'll be replacing every engineer. And that's never gonna happen, because Meta will create 10 times more software with the kind of transformation that AI is bringing. Right? So a lot of these statements come out of business motivations. Having said that, disruption is happening. I am already seeing this happening in the biggest IT outsourcing industry that we have in India, because RPA processes are being rebuilt. A lot of automation is coming. Look at the BPO sector. We have the largest workforce, English-speaking workforce, which serves global BPOs from India, right? Now that is being automated to a very large extent. Today, you will not be able to realize that you're speaking to a bot. You will not be able to realize that you are texting a bot. Customer service journeys are being transformed in a very big way. We've recently seen that, Capgemini acquired WNS. WNS is one of the largest BPO company globally, which has, I think, 80% of workforce in India. So that disruption is happening. So the BPO call centers professionals who used to work at, 10,000, 12,000 per month salaries, they will be experiencing a shift, and that's already happening. Software coding, yes, it is being automated in a big way. So, the time that engineers, entry-level workforce used to spend in writing codes, in, bug fixing. Writing codes still you can complete in maybe a week or so. But when you put that code into production, bug fixes is a very painful task that, engineers encounter in their day-to-day professional life. That is being solved to a very large extent with AI. So yes, entry-level workforce needs to upskill themselves, and that's already happening. I have a cousin brother who is in BTech second year, and I'm like, aren't you worried that your BTech will not hold this value 2-3 years down the line by the time you graduate? So he's like, and by the way, he uses every automation tool that exists today. He uses Windsurf, he uses Cursor, and every coding tool that exists today. So our graduates are starting with tools like ChatGPT, Codium, Windsurf, Cursor. We started with Excel, Tally. But this workforce that is coming, they're starting with very highly advanced tools. They're upskilling themselves. So now this person can automate bug fixing, they can ship faster, they can add more advancement, more features to their products. So I think that's happening, and job shift is real. But yes, you're right, a lot of hype is being sold, driven by business motivations.
Correct. So it is actually not a job loss, it's a job shift. And job shift from more of, intellectual people rather than technological, and I put it intellectual people who can use multiple things, not only their domain expertise, but also try to shift over to other domains, areas as well, including technology, not only technology, which can actually build up a new paradigm of business and a profession for them. And I think that is what we all have to make sure. A single liner or a monotonous job profession, which was earlier existing, is not going to exist in next 2 decades from now. A multi-domain expert, a person who is able to upskill himself, able to upgrade or change his work or mechanism for working with time, and also to imbibe technological, non-technological skills which are coming up in times to come. We should be focusing on that. And let's not look forward for 10 or 20 years, 30 years down the line scenarios. We should focus on what is there today and tomorrow, and let's be making sure that we are in line with what is changing. Because if you feel like, let's prepare for 5 years, 10 years down the line, you don't know what's going to come up. And what Mark Zuckerberg said, he has made 2 statements in last around, somewhere around 10, 20 years or so, 10 years or so, 2 contradictory statements. Fine, so I'll quote after her statement that point 1, he himself has said on 1st of January 2020, you can look forward for the newspapers for that as well, that AI is not sustainable. And I am looking forward for a danger side of AI rather than constructive side of AI. And he has made a statement only after one of the incidents which has happened in the Facebook headquarters, wherein 2 of his own AI systems have started interacting with each other, with his own developers are unable to figure out what they are talking. And if 2 AI systems are talking to each other, when humans are not figuring it out, it can be constructive and it can be destructive as well. And if that's happening, I think that is serious to all of us. On the other side, yes, job loss can happen because a lot of programming, but my take is that the market is expanding in the same fashion. Earlier, only bigger companies are looking for automation, and today I think even a chai wala talks about automation. Yesterday, as I was just fortunate, or you can say unfortunate, to see the news from Dolly Chai Wala that now he has gone for automation. He has gone for selling up his own franchisee starting from 3 lakh rupees to 45 lakh rupees. And when he is having franchisee, obviously for automation, for revenues, he needs his software. So if a Dolly Chai Wala needs a software boss, I think the market is expanding. We should take it on a positive side.
Oh, it's extremely positive. There's no doubt
Right.
about it. Yeah.
So it's not job loss. I feel like it's job shift. Market is expanding. We need to make sure that we are aligned to the changing market conditions. That is what one statement I need to make. Now, just a concluding remarks from all of you all. I have a general questions to ask. Can you please tell me, Saurabh, being a chartered accountant, and you might be a kind of a person who can admire to multiple young chartered accountant to get into technology, tell them the pathway to be there. A simple step pathways, maybe 3-4 steps, which can be digested by them to be into that fintech market.
See, it's very simple. Step one, you have to realize that when a change this big happens, you either change with it or you get left behind. So it's not really a choice. Very simple analogy. Once the steam engine was invented, nobody was riding horses to go from point A to point B, right? That this change is that big. Second, be curious. Just think about what's out there and just try to learn more about these things. Now, third point is the most important point. Pick up a problem statement, problem area. You're already working either in professional capacity with an organization or you have clients of your own. Pick up one of their problems and see how can technology solve it, and just be curious, you'll be able to go there. Once you've done step 3, convert that into a offering, or convert that into a solution. If you just follow these 4 steps, you would have created your own small AI practice, and then it will self-inspire you to go ahead from there.
Great. I think that's the simplest of the statement to be made by him. And I think if you can note this out, fine, every one of you can get into from a financial consultant to a fintech consultant. That is what is required to be sustained in the near future. But doing so, you may need certain skills. Now, because he is into upskilling platform, now my question is from you, Samir. Can you please tell them that how to upskill from not only tech but other tech areas as well, because you are consulting or you are providing the LMS solutions to some of the players who are actually capacity building their own platforms and making sure that their employees are continuously growing. So can you tell them that what skills are required for today and maybe for, let's take a scenario for 10 years down the line for upskilling market from your side?
Yeah, so I think one very important statement that we should all live by is how to learn, unlearn and relearn. I mean, this is something that I think if we can just live by this motto, I think we all would do well. It's very important, again, to stick to the basics, as I talked about the communication skills, because at the end of the day, you're prompting. I was just telling I have a 25-year-old who's actually joined me very recently. He was working in a bank in HSBC IT for 4 years before he came in over here. And one of the things that we discussed is that, okay, are the typing skills going to be very important? You remember there was those, people who were born in the 70s, 80s and 90s would know. At least till the 80s, there were typewriting institutes that were available over there. So how you are able to communicate is going to be most important. We all talk about digital adoption, but we now have to shift from not only digital adoption, that's anyway there. I think digital adoption has happened across the organization. The day Paytms of the world and all the UPI stacks were open, the digital adoption across the country has happened. Obviously, it all started even with the mobile phones and so on and so forth. What is now important is the AI adoption. So here is a message that I give to the developers in my own organization, where if you're not using AI by the hour, that is going to be detrimental to your growth. Not just your growth, but the company's growth as well. So AI adoption is very important for everyone. I mean, this is something that you can definitely look up to. The other thing is that managing the growth. Now, we all start small and then we grow, right, at the end of the day. And obviously with AI, you could actually see a fast-paced growth. So the other skill that is very important that one should look for from a practice perspective, how do you manage the growth? Because, we've burned hands where we felt that, oh, AI aa gaya hai. What we used to take 100 hours to build 1 hour of content, we can do it in 10 hours. Marketing and sales guys, go 10 times project uthao, market se, no problem. Kar denge. Partner bol diya hai to dekh lenge. But that's again a thing that you could fall in, a trap. So be mindful about what really you can chew or what you can handle. So AI definitely gives you that, that energy and that that you feel that you can take on the world, but that's something that you can also be very cautious about. So that's another area that managing the growth and really taking on right projects.
Perfect. So that means there are certain misconceptions as well which can be built up by a professional. Fine, if these misconceptions are superimposing you, then I think that's going to be a big trouble.
And just to add, Himanshu mentioned that, WNS got acquired by Capgemini. In fact, WNS acquired an AI company prior to that. And WNS is one of our customers as well. They've been with us for the last 3 years. And no jobs are going anywhere, by the way. There's nothing of that sort at all. It's all only just going forward completely. So you're
Fine,
bang on over there.
Yeah. That's a great submission from my team out here. Now, although I am from this side, so I was only asking questions with all of them. Now I am on for all of you. That is there any question you want to ask from me?
Yeah, I think I was waiting for this opportunity. So, so I think, Dr. Saurabh, you're a very important instrument in how I see AI and the education here has evolved, specifically in the digital space, right? And
Thank you.
You have seen this over the years, and you've interacted with so many people and batches, right? Based on that, what is your suggestion? What is if you have to give one golden advice to people, that what can they do now with all that is happening, what would that be?
If I have to sum up in just 3-4 words, I say keep your minds open. Until unless your minds are open, you come up anywhere in any session, any conferences, any class, any discussion with a closed frame of mind, you are not able to get upskilled or maybe change yourself. So come up with an open mind, with a single thought that I have to take certain valuable things out of it. And mark my words, I always say into my own session, and I think there are 2 golden rules which I follow myself and I want every one of you follow. Just a simple mathematical statement, if you can just open up your mobile phone and take a calculation out of it. See, if you are as of now 100% of yourself, am I right? 100% of yourself. Now if you keep on being what you are right now, 1 year down the line, you are again still being the 100% of yourself. Am I right? Now if you keep your mindset closed, not interacting with the market, not digesting anything, not accepting any new things, not imbibing new skills, you are diminishing 1% a day. Let's take a scenario, 1% a day. After 365 days, what you will remain, can you tell me that? 1% a day, you are diminishing every day. I'll tell you what, you will be 0.09% of yourself. So today you are 100%, then you will be 0.09% of yourself. Just 1% a day diminishing every day. On the other side, if you just increase 1% a day, if you try to just, I need to digest something, I need to acquire this skill or this domain or this knowledge or this compliances, 1% a day upskillment, in one particular you will be 37.68% of yourself. Enhancing. So 36.6, some version of yourself can be evolved in just 1 year. So just 1% effort a day, not only from your health side, not only from your professional side, but upskilling side is also equally required. So decide 1% of upskillment or 1% of changes in your life almost on the daily basis. You won't believe 10 years down the line, you will be 3,000 version of yourself. That is much skilled and much needed. And for that, you need to have a consistent and sustained effort for doing so. So there was a question with which I will try to sum up. One of my professors during my college days asked me, after giving me a project, he has given me a project. I have submitted my project. My sir said, Saurabh, this is something which I have seen long back. Your seniors might have done the same thing. You might be doing the same thing, some slightly enhancement into that. Can you think something out of the box? I said, sir, let me try again. I go back to my hostel, again studied the entire process, the problem statement, try to come up with a solution. Gone to the professor thinking like, now this is the best thing which I can do in this particular problem statement. My professor is going to be very much happy. Again he replies, Saurabh, can you think out of the box? This is something which is very traditional, very same. I say, sir, now this is my question to you all. I will answer you one-on-one if you ask me afterwards. Sir, who put me in the box? You say, come out of the box, but my question is that, sir, who put me in the box? Now, if you are the one who is being the credited for putting me in the box, please make me out of the box. Because I cannot think outside the box being in the box. So my submission, let's identify what are the boundaries we are having, which is making us in our box. If you are able to break one single boundary, you are out of the box. And when you are out of the box, you are not thinking out of the box. You are imagining, doing and executing things out of the box. So that is my final submission to you all. Thank you. So we have some sort of survey which has been done, and let's see the outcomes or maybe some other queries from that.
Thank you so much for the wonderful panel discussion. We will now move on to engaging survey activity. Our speaker will acknowledge the questions and share their insights during the session. I request to start the activity. I request all the participants to take active participation in the survey.
Guys, please don't look at the screen and copy answers from others. Because I can see the first bar going up.
Yeah, I can even tell about the first question that was there about how to use, I think everybody's seen the movie Three Idiots. And the benefit of using cloud is, you know the dialogue is free, free, free. So just use all the free credits and utilize it. Just go for it completely.
Saying most of the people are actually in sync with the first answer, which is very good.
I think the third question also is
Yeah.
very much like, we used to have OCR. I mean, always it was there for so long, any which case. But now imagine OCR with brain, with an intelligence into it. You know, it's going to be able to decipher and give you the answers and what to do with the data.
Why is cloud technology critical when integrating AI into CA's workforce? Can you expect something to be built up, installed, managed, secure by yourself in your own ecosystem?
No, sheer cost. I mean, it's not
It's
possible.
not a cost, it's a burden also.
Yeah.
It's a huge burden. And my take is that, see, everywhere in the world we are talking about ESG today, environmental social governance. We are talking about sustainable world and we are talking about carbon neutral. So if you are putting up your own infrastructure, you are consuming a lot of non-degradable resources, energy in your own ecosystems. So try to go work on a shared ecosystems. And I do not mean that when you are going for shared, go for only for shared for cloud ecosystems. Why can't you, 4-5 of you can build up your own private cloud?
Yeah.
That's possible. And that's not costly as well. And it can create your privacy intact within your own ecosystem also.
No, there are companies like, apart from the publicly available large hyperscalers like Azure and AWS and all, there are companies like ESDS, ControlS, and smaller cloud providers. So you can utilize their services as well. Obviously, the bigger players have more bandwidth in terms of giving free credits and stuff like that. So that's where you can, use them.
So the question number 6 and the question I have received from the audience is more or less aligned to that. So I'm just going to reply the same question with that. Somebody has asked me, sir, what are the chances that AI bubble won't burst? My take is that why are you treating it as a bubble? It's not a bubble. The generation before you was taking computer as a bubble. And the generation before that was taking electricity as a bubble. Before that, they were talking about steam engine as a bubble. And maybe long back, the animals on the earth may be taking humans as a bubble. But have we busted? Have we busted as of now? We are more than 8 billion. So technology and anything coming up which is there in the market is not here to burst. So don't take it as a bubble which is going to burst. But yes, the hype which is there will get settled down in next 5 to 10 years from now. We are as of now in a roller coaster ride of artificial intelligence. This ride is going to be slightly more smoother, much familiar to you, and much aligned to you. So don't take it as a bubble, take it as a thing which we have to take. Our DNAs are changing now. Our technology is an integral part of our DNA today. Right? So whosoever has asked this question, a humble submission, don't take any changes in the word a bubble.
In fact, I would like to add that we have a lot of BFSI customers, and it's actually a goldmine for the CA firms and the practicing firms. Most of the BFSI companies are sitting on legacy systems because they're scared to change. They have a lot of data. They're worried about migration and all of that. So imagine the opportunity out there to literally rewrite those old systems and make them new age, new tech.
Perfect. Thanks, Amir. I think, how many questions do you have? 10 questions? Okay. What is the key advantage of AI in clients' advisory services? So today, because of AI, you can talk about or you can take some interdisciplinary aspects into consideration. You can have a comparative assessment done on the real-time basis. Then your knowledge will be more enhanced just to identify the intricacies of it rather than developing certain things from the scratch. So for sure, when it comes to client advisory, client consulting services.
Time to shift from big fours.
Yes.
I mean, it's easy. Now it's easier, right? I mean, you have AI, you can actually think beyond the big fours.
You can compete with them.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. I was with somebody yesterday who was talking that Big Four was being into competition for certain tender with them, and Big Four has quoted an amount, whereas the services were just like 25,000 rupees. So that person who has interacted with me got those services for $25,000 rather than a Big Four taking around millions of dollars for that.
And by the way, I'm not denying the fact that the big fours also employ CAs and creating jobs and all. So that's besides the point. But my point is that you can compete with them shoulder to shoulder. You don't have to be worried about, oh, I'm competing with a McKinsey or a PwC consultant. You can definitely compete with them effectively.
Correct. So there was 9th question which talks about AI integration with cloud. So hold for it. We are coming up with this in level 2 of AI course. Right. So although most of you are saying that sometime real-time data exchange is all required, we are coming up with all this in the level 2 course. So please hold your nerves. Right. And these knowledge skills are being imparted by you by the institutes. And you are privileged actually. I think most of the chartered accountants sitting out here are from the privileged community because your institute is taking the effort to upskill you. You don't have to put up an effort on your own. Right, and yes, I believe rather than word smarter, we should put smarter. Because you are already smart, let's be smarter with the help of technology. Correct? So thank you very much, all my panelists. Thanks, Saurabh. Thanks, Himangi, and thanks, Samir, for being such an interactive panelist with me. And I hope for our morning sessions, we have given you a decent dose of breakfast so that you can survive till lunch now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We had a wonderful panel here. Please give our panelists a big round of applause. We have two Saurabhs here. I request Pune Branch Vice Chairperson Pranav Apte and Secretary of Pune Branch CA Nilesh Yevlikar to felicitate our panelists. Thank you so much. I also recognize the presence of Central Council member CA Madhukar Hiregange sir. I also request to please keep vacant the first 2 rows for our faculties and dignitaries. Please give a big round of applause. We are presenting a memento as a token of gratitude from Pune branch of ICA. Thank you. We'll be starting the second session immediately.
Namaskar, Pune. Pune is often referred to as the Oxford of the East and a hub for IT and innovation. ज्ञान की नगरी पुणे में जहां शिक्षा का बसेरा है, तकनीक और नवोन्मेष का यहां से उजला सवेरा है। AI समिट का मंच बना ये भूमि धन्य हुई है आज। पुणे की धरा से ICAI लिखेगा भविष्य का नया राज। Respected dignitaries, fellow chartered accountants, and AI enthusiasts, we are gathered here at a pivotal moment in our professional history, the second day of AIS 2025, where artificial intelligence is not just an innovation, but a transformation. And we, as chartered accountants, are not just spectators, but we are the co-creators of this new era. For chartered accountants, AI is not a replacement, but an indispensable partner. We are uniquely positioned to be the architects of the AI's application in finance, understanding not just the data, but its implications, ensuring governance, and providing the human oversight crucial for technological success. This summit equips us that very leadership role. Now moving forward to our session. The AI-driven CA's automation, analysis, and upskilling. Chartered accountants today are not just number crunchers, they are tech enablers. Let's explore new automation and cloud AI tools, redefining office operations, document management, and the evolving role of the AI-savvy CA. So I welcome our speaker, Mr. Sandeep Shah, Finance Director, FP&AI AI at Microsoft. So we are glad to welcome Sandeep Shahji, Finance Director at Microsoft with 20 plus years of global experience across IT, telecom, and oil and gas sectors. A chartered accountant and transformation leader, he's known for driving strategic FP&A, investment agility, and modern finance excellence. A big round of applause, and we welcome our Finance Director, Mr. Sandeep Shah. So the floor is open for you. Thank you.